I once booked an Airbnb by myself in rural Arizona for a job interview that was too far from home. I decided to make a short trip out of it. This particular listing was much cheaper than any hotels in the area, about half the price. It was located about 30 minutes from where my interview would be, which I didn't mind. The house was situated at the end of a secluded dirt road, with a nice view of the desert landscape from the backyard. I brought my laptop to work on some projects for my current job during the day. This kept me busy for most of my stay. My interview was scheduled for the second of my 3-day trip, which was a Tuesday. On Monday evening, I was practicing common interview questions in the living room around 9 p.m. That's when I heard a faint tapping sound at the window. It wasn't quite a knock, more like a gentle tap of a finger. Naturally, my head swung towards the window, but I didn't see anyone outside in the darkness. It could have been a bug. We get some big ones out there. The next day, my interview went well, and I explored the small town during the rest of my trip. That night, while watching TV, I heard the tapping again, but this time I knew it wasn't an insect. More disturbed, I rushed to the window but still saw no one. I checked the other windows and front door but found nothing. Stepping out onto the back porch, I heard a clicking sound in the distance beyond the house lights. Another click responded when I yelled out, and that's when I spotted a shadowy figure standing just beyond the property line, dressed all in dark clothing. The figure seemed to blend into the darkness of the desert as they walked away. Not wanting to get any closer, I called out, "You're on private property. I'm calling the cops if you don't leave now." I saw them eerily quicken their pace into the night. Who could it be prowling around so late? The isolated location made me question if it was somehow the Airbnb host, but that seemed a stretch. The next night, I was watching another episode of Breaking Bad in bed around 10:30 p.m., headphones in to drown out any noises. But my thoughts kept returning to the strange encounter. As the credits rolled and I turned off the light, a muffled click sounded from the slightly open closet within seconds. Springing from the bed in my PJs, panic set in. I ran outside and jumped in my car, starting it immediately. As I called 911, I kept my eyes fixed on the small house, half expecting to see someone emerge while reporting what happened to the dispatcher. A police car arrived shortly. We did a sweep of the place together. It was so small with few hiding spots. Nothing was found, but I packed up anyway and checked into a hotel that night, contacting Airbnb and the host. Only a partial refund was offered, leaving me unsettled. Who could have been watching and toying with me after dark? The isolated location and access suggested maybe the host, but there were no signs of forced entry either. To this day, I'm still not certain if it was the owner pulling a strange prank, or an unknown intruder who knew just when to strike.